Every morning when you wake up, you have the power to shape the direction of your entire day through the words that come out of your mouth. Most people don't realize how powerful their words are. They wake up, look at their schedule, think about all the problems they are facing, and they start speaking defeat over their life without even knowing it. They say things like, "It's going to be a long, hard day," or "I'm so tired, I can't wait for this week to be over." But what they don't understand is that those words are like seeds. When you speak negative words, you are planting seeds of negativity, and eventually you will reap a harvest of frustration, stress, and discouragement. On the other hand, if you wake up and begin to speak words of faith, words of victory, words of blessing, you are sowing seeds that will produce a harvest of peace, joy, and success. The first thing you should do in the morning is not check your phone or start thinking about all your problems. The first thing you should do is open your mouth and declare, "This is going to be a great day. I am strong. I am healthy and blessed. Doors of opportunity are opening for me. I have the favor of God on my life." When you set the tone for your day with your words, you are releasing faith into the atmosphere. You are telling the world that you are expecting good things to come your way. Even if everything around you looks the same, when you change your words, you start to change your reality. The power of life and death is in the tongue, and every morning you have the choice to speak life over your day. It's easy to fall into the habit of complaining, of talking about how hard life is, of focusing on what's wrong. But you were not created to live in defeat. You were created to live in victory. The enemy wants you to use your words to discourage yourself. He wants you to magnify your problems with your speech. But you have to flip the script. Instead of talking about how big your problems are, start talking about how big your God is. Instead of saying, "I don't know how I'm going to make it," start saying, "I know that everything I need is on its way. I am equipped, I am empowered, and I am anointed to overcome every challenge." When you do that, you are not ignoring reality. You are just choosing to see your reality through the eyes of faith. You are declaring that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor. Your words are like a thermostat. They set the temperature for your environment. If you speak cold, defeated words, your environment will stay cold and defeated. But if you speak words of warmth, encouragement, and faith, you will raise the temperature and you will start to feel the atmosphere shift in your favor. Sometimes people say, "I don't feel like being positive today. I have too many problems." But here's the secreting. You don't wait until you feel positive to speak positive words. You speak positive words until you start to feel positive. Your feelings will eventually catch up to your words. You may wake up feeling discouraged, but if you start declaring, "I am strong, I am victorious, something good is going to happen to me today," your feelings will begin to shift. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond, and your first response every morning should be to speak victory over your life. I know people who begin every morning with a simple declaration, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." That may seem simple, but those words carry power. They are choosing to rejoice, choosing to expect good things, choosing to have a grateful heart. And because of that, their day follows the direction of their declaration. You might be facing challenges. You might have obstacles in front of you, but you are not going to defeat them by complaining about them. You are going to defeat them by speaking faith, by declaring victory, by calling forth the promises of God in your life. Don't give your problems the satisfaction of hearing you talk about them all day. Don't magnify your struggles with your words. Magnify your faith. Magnify your hope. Magnify your vision. The words you speak in the morning have a way of setting the course for the entire day. If you wake up and declare, "I'm overwhelmed. I can't handle this," you're putting limits on yourself right from the start. But if you wake up and declare, "I'm going to handle everything that comes my way with strength and grace. I'm equipped, I'm empowered, I'm ready," you are releasing yourself to operate at a higher level. Your words are like a steering wheel that directs the path of your day. You may not be able to control the wind, but you can adjust your sails, and your words are the way you adjust your sails to catch the wind of favor and blessing. You might say, "Well, I don't see anything changing when I speak positive words." But just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean things aren't happening. Seeds don't grow overnight. You have to keep watering them, keep speaking life, keep declaring victory, Even when you don't see the evidence yet, every time you declare, I am blessed, you are watering your seed. Every time you say, I am healthy, you are nurturing that seed. Every time you declare, good things are coming my way, you are preparing for a harvest of blessings. Don't give up because you don't see immediate results. Stay consistent. Stay faithful. Keep speaking victory. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is the habit of speaking positive declarations over your life every single morning. It may feel awkward at first. It may feel like just words, but those words are powerful. They are shaping your mindset. They are preparing you to receive blessings. They are aligning you with opportunities. When you wake up and say, today is going to be a great day, you are not just being optimistic, you are prophesying your future. You are setting your intention. You are telling your mind to look for opportunities instead of obstacles. You are commanding your emotions to align with your vision. It's not about denying reality. It's about defining your reality. You may have a medical report that says you're sick, but you can declare, I am healed, I am strong, I am full of life. You may have financial struggles, but you can declare, I am blessed, I am prosperous, abundance is coming my way. You may have relational challenges, but you can declare, my family is strong, my relationships are healthy, love and unity surround me. What you speak is what you will eventually see. Your words create an atmosphere, and the atmosphere you create determines the reality you experience. Every great accomplishment starts with a declaration. Champions don't start their day by saying, I'm not sure if I can win today. They start by saying, I am a winner. I am more than a conqueror. You need to see yourself the way your Creator sees you. You are talented. You are valuable. You are equipped. You are destined for greatness. And when you start speaking that over your life, you will begin to see doors open that you couldn't open on your own. You will start to see favor and blessings chasing you down. Make it a daily habit. Before you pick up your phone, before you turn on the news, take a few moments to speak life into your day. Declare that you are blessed. Declare that you are favored. Declare that you are victorious. Don't let circumstances have the final word. You have the final word, and your words have power. Every morning is a fresh start, a new opportunity to set your life in the right direction. So wake up and speak victory. Wake up and declare your destiny. Wake up and choose the words that will shape your life into the masterpiece it was created to be. Your destiny is too valuable to spend your time with people who do not see your worth. You have a calling, a purpose, a unique assignment, and the people you allow into your inner circle can either lift you higher or pull you down. Sometimes we are loyal to friendships that are not loyal to our future. We keep people in our lives out of habit, out of history, out of comfort, even when they are sowing seeds of doubt and discouragement. You need people who will stir your faith, people who will celebrate your victories, people who will remind you of who you are when life tries to tell you otherwise. If you are always surrounded by people who complain, people who gossip, people who magnify problems, that negative energy will start to weigh you down. Their small thinking will try to shrink your dreams. Their fear will try to infect your faith. That's why it's so important to evaluate your circle and be intentional about who you allow to influence your mindset. Not everyone is qualified to speak into your destiny. You need people who will challenge you to grow, not people who are comfortable keeping you where you are. Growth is uncomfortable, and not everyone will understand the steps you are taking to become the person you were created to be. Some people liked you better when you were stuck, when you were complaining, when you were playing it safe. But you can't stay loyal to dysfunction. You have to surround yourself with people who see your potential and call it out. You need friends who will tell you, you've got more in you. Don't settle. Don't compromise. Keep moving forward. Those are the voices you need in your life. There are people who will drain your energy with their negativity. They are always in crisis, always in drama, always needing you to fix their problems, but they are not willing to change. If you're not careful, you will spend all your emotional energy trying to carry people who don't want to be carried. You can love people from a distance. You can pray for them, encourage them, but you can't let them pull you out of your purpose. You have a responsibility to protect your peace, to guard your heart, and to make sure you are not allowing toxic relationships to poison your future. It's not about being arrogant. It's about being aware of the impact that people have on your mindset and your spirit. When you are surrounded by the right people, they will lift you up when life tries to pull you down. They will remind you of your dreams when you feel like giving up. They will celebrate your progress and push you to go further. You need people who will speak life into you, who will pray with you, who will believe in you even when you are doubting yourself. The right people won't be jealous of your success. They will cheer you on because they are secure in their own calling. They understand that your success is not a threat to them. They want to see you win. Those are the kind of people who will propel you into your destiny. Sometimes, in order to rise higher, you have to be willing to leave behind relationships that no longer serve your growth. It doesn't mean you don't care about those people. It means you care enough about your future to make the tough decisions. You can't take everyone with you to the next level. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season. If you try to drag them into your next chapter, they will only hold you back. There are people who are comfortable living in mediocrity, and when you start to rise, they will feel convicted. Instead of being inspired by your progress, they will try to pull you back down to their level. You need to recognize when a relationship has become a weight instead of a wing. It's also important to seek out mentors and role models who are ahead of you in the areas you want to grow. Surrounding yourself with people who have already achieved what you are striving for will accelerate your growth. Their wisdom, their experience, their mindset will rub off on you. Iron sharpens iron. If you want to be a person of excellence, you need to be around people who operate with excellence. If you want to be successful, you need to spend time with people who think big, who dream big, who live with purpose. You can't soar with eagles if you're spending all your time with chickens. Sometimes the hardest people to distance yourself from are those who are closest to you. Family members, childhood friends, co-workers. But you have to remember, you are not being unkind by setting boundaries. You are being wise. You can love people without allowing them to influence your mindset. You can be kind without compromising your vision. When you stop entertaining negative conversations, when you stop participating in gossip, when you choose to walk away from toxic patterns, you are sending a message to the universe that you are serious about your destiny. You are choosing to align yourself with positivity, with growth, with purpose. The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. If you're always around people who are negative, eventually you will start to see the world through their lens. But if you're around people who are optimistic, who are grateful or driven, their energy will elevate you. You need to be intentional about building relationships that fuel your fire, not extinguish it. Life is too short to waste your time with people who don't inspire you to be better. You also need encouragers in your life, people who see your potential, who believe in you even when you're struggling to believe in yourself. Encouragers will speak life into your dreams. They will remind you of your purpose. They will stand with you in faith when you're facing challenges. These are the people who will help you keep going when you feel like giving up. Their words will be a source of strength. Their belief in you will fuel your own belief. When you are surrounded by encouragers, you are less likely to get stuck in a mindset of defeat. In addition to encouragers, you need truth tellers. People who love you enough to be honest with you. People who will challenge you when you're off track, who will call you out when you're settling for less than your best. Truth tellers are not negative. They are necessary. They are committed to your growth. They won't let you stay comfortable when they know you are capable of more. You need friends who will lovingly confront you, who will help you stay accountable to your goals. These are the kind of relationships that will sharpen you, refine you, and help you become the best version of yourself. If you want to change your life, one of the most powerful things you can do is change who are spending your time with. Evaluate your circle. Are the people around you building you up or tearing you down? Are they speaking life into you or draining your energy? Are they challenging you to grow or enabling you to stay the same? Your future depends on the voices you are listening to. Be intentional. Seek out relationships that align with your values, your vision, and your destiny. When you surround yourself with the right people, you will find that your mindset begins to shift, your faith begins to grow, and your dreams start to feel more attainable. You are not obligated to stay in relationships that are no longer healthy. You are not required to keep people in your life who are hindering your growth. You have permission to protect your peace, to guard your heart, to be selective about who has access to your time and energy. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being the best version of yourself. Your destiny is too important. Your calling is too significant. Your purpose is too valuable. Surround yourself with people who see your greatness, who celebrate your progress, who believe in your dreams. Life is a journey, and the people you walk with will determine how far you go. Choose your companions wisely, and you will find yourself rising higher than you ever imagined. Many people are waiting for the big break, the grand opportunity, the perfect moment to step into their purpose. But the truth is, the path to greatness is paved with faithfulness in the small things. It's easy to be excited when the spotlight is on you, when the doors are wide open, when everyone is watching, but your character is built when no one is watching. The way you handle the small assignments determines if you are ready for the big ones. You don't need to wait for a stage to show excellence. You don't need a title to act like a leader. You don't need a crowd to give your best effort. When you are faithful with what's in your hand, bigger things will be placed in your future. Success doesn't start with the big things. It starts with being excellent in the little things. Every small act of discipline, every small act of integrity, every small act of kindness is a seed you are sowing for your future promotion. Some people are frustrated because they feel overlooked. They feel like their talents are not being recognized. They think, if only someone would notice me, then I could shine. But the truth is, you don't need human validation for divine elevation. When you are faithful in obscurity, you are proving that you can handle visibility. When you are excellent in the background, you are preparing yourself for the foreground. The big moments in life are simply the result of 1,000 small moments of faithfulness. You don't become successful overnight. You become successful when you choose to show up every day, give your best, and do it with a good attitude, even when no one is applauding you. Too often, we overlook the small tasks because they seem insignificant. We think, this isn't important. This isn't part of my big dream. But how you handle the small tasks is a test. It's a test of your attitude, your work ethic, your character. If you can't be trusted with small responsibilities, why would bigger opportunities come your way? When you are faithful with little, you are positioning yourself for more. Every great leader started by being faithful in a small position. Every successful person you admire once had to do tasks that seemed beneath them, but they did it with excellence. They did it with pride. They did it knowing that their faithfulness was not going unnoticed by the one who holds their destiny. It's not about impressing people. It's about living with a standard of excellence. Excellence is not about being perfect. It's about giving your best, regardless of who is watching. It's about showing up on time, staying prepared, going the extra mile, not because someone is rewarding you, but because that's who you are. You don't lower your standards because the task is small. You bring your standard of excellence to every assignment. You have to see every small task as preparation for something greater. The attitude you bring to the small assignments is the same attitude you will carry into the bigger opportunities. If you're cutting corners now, you'll cut corners later. If you're giving half effort now, you'll give half effort when the stakes are higher. Excellence is a habit, and habits are formed in the small, daily decisions you make. Sometimes we get discouraged because we feel like we're doing the right things, but nothing is changing. We're being faithful, but the promotion hasn't come. We're being diligent, but the breakthrough feels delayed. But just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your faithfulness is in vain. Every act of excellence is a seed. You may not see the harvest today, but the seeds are growing. Every time you show up with a good attitude, you're preparing yourself for a bigger opportunity. Every time you do the right thing when it's hard, you're building the character necessary to sustain your success. The small things matter. They are shaping you. They are refining you. They are preparing you for the future you've been dreaming of. The truth is, if you are not faithful in the small things, the big things will overwhelm you. The habits you develop in the small seasons are the habits you will carry into the bigger seasons. If you're not managing your time well now, you won't manage it well when your schedule gets busier. If you're not handling small amounts of money with integrity, you won't handle larger amounts responsibly. Success is not about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. The process of being faithful in small things molds you into the person who can handle greater responsibilities without being crushed by them. One of the greatest rewards of being faithful in small things is the development of inner strength. It builds discipline, it builds perseverance, it builds humility. When you are faithful in tasks that others overlook, you develop a work ethic that cannot be shaken by circumstances. You become a person who is dependable, who is trustworthy, who can be counted on. Those are the qualities that attract bigger opportunities. People are not just looking for talent, they are looking for reliability. They are looking for someone who has proven that they can be trusted with responsibility no matter how small. In the journey of life, you will find that every small opportunity you treat with excellence becomes a stepping stone to something greater. The promotion may not come from where you expect. The recognition may not come in the way you imagined. But when you stay faithful, doors will open. Opportunities will find you. Favor will locate you. The seeds you have sown in private will produce a harvest that will be seen in public. You don't have to manipulate. You don't have to strive. You just have to keep being excellent in what's in front of you. Stay focused on your assignment. Stay diligent in your efforts. Keep showing up with a spirit of excellence, and in due time, you will see the rewards of your faithfulness. It's also important to remember that faithfulness is not just about doing the right things externally, it's about the attitude of your heart. You can do the right task with the wrong attitude and miss the blessing. If you're doing something but grumbling the entire time, you're not really being faithful. True faithfulness is when you do the small things with a joyful heart, knowing that you are serving a bigger purpose. It's when you find joy in the process even before the promotion arrives. It's when you take pride in doing your best, not for applause, but because you know it matters. Your attitude in the small things is a reflection of your character, and character is what sustains you when success comes. You may be in a season where you feel hidden, where your efforts are not being recognized, where the dream seems distant. But don't despise the season of preparation. Don't rush through the process. The small things you are being faithful in today are the very things that are preparing you for the big doors that will open tomorrow. There is a purpose in the process. Every act of diligence, every moment of discipline, every small task done with excellence is building the foundation for your future success. When the opportunity comes, you won't have to get ready because you'll already be ready. Your consistency in the small things will have prepared you for the magnitude of what's ahead. Greatness is not built in a moment. It's built in the daily decisions to be faithful. Every time you choose to do your best, even when it's inconvenient, even when it goes unnoticed, you are building a legacy of excellence. You are becoming the kind of person who can be trusted with greater influence, greater responsibility, greater success. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. Don't overlook the importance of the little things. Be faithful where you are, and in time, you will be elevated to where you are destined to be.